Hi guys, John here again. I would like to talk today about narcissism and incest in the family, where in a lot of cases a narcissist parent, as an example, a mother will take one of the sons and psychologically abandon her husband, and in her mind her son is her new husband plus her son. So the husband-son viewpoint from the mother narcissist. And the same can be with the father, if the father being a narcissist can take on one of the girls and as being a replacement wife. And in a lot of cases, there is more than an emotional incest involvement. In a lot of cases, there is actual sexual and physical assault on children by male narcissists. And I have known a couple females who were assaulted by family members sexually, and it messed them up so much that their trauma at the point of the incest caused them to stop developing. They stopped maturing. They never had the opportunity to grasp onto love, for example, or any empathy towards other people. Love is something that is taught by a parent usually. A person just doesn't grow up and naturally just have a capacity to love. This is something that is taught in young childhood. Now, the young child that doesn't receive any love from a parent, they will grow up without the ability to love because they haven't learned it. We have to learn to love, and it can be repeated where there's an emotional incest in the family, where the child is held on to as being the actual replacement spouse, as well as being the child. I've seen situations where a child will grow up and become an adult and actually stay with the narcissist parent and become a sexual partner with the parent, where a father may have a daughter who grows up and not understanding right from wrong, where a father would continually sexually rape a young girl. In some cases, this young girl can grow up and stay in this family, and not knowing right from wrong, they can just accept the fact that their father had sex with them. And in very rare cases, there are adult women and men who have grown up and they continue to have sex with their parent. And thank God this isn't with every situation, but it does happen with emotional incest. And where I saw this one woman also, as a young girl, her mother would embrace her like a young teenage couple just falling in love. And because she was young and she didn't understand this, she would embrace her mother the same way, and they would actually be kissing like a couple teenagers would. And this is an emotional incest that was taught to the girl, And where the girl grows up, I hear her now as an adult. She repeats phrases that she had heard from her mother. In her mind, what she is doing, she's being her mother and herself at the same time, because she has become one with her mother. In her adulthood, her mind is thinking that she is her mother as well as her daughter at the same time. And this particular person is totally messed up. Many personalities. I don't really have to mention that, of course. And this emotional incest can cause tremendous amount of damage to a child. Even if there is no sexual contact in a relationship where the parent has in their mind taken on a child as being a replacement husband with a woman, for example. In my particular case, my mother just, she was cruel to my dad. She just abandoned him. He was just there. And she might send him to bed early, just get him out of the way. And I was her husband and her son. Now, of course, I didn't know this then, because when we're young like this, we're vulnerable. We just believe what we're told. We have no reason to think we might be lied to. We just believe everything. And this can continue in the subconscious mind, where the subconscious mind thinks this is actually okay and this is correct. You can have realized as an adult that this emotional incest is not right. And so in your adult thinking, you can realize and grasp onto the reality that this is not right, and your adult will reject it. But the fact is, we are all children. We were children at one time. We grew up, we got big. We're still children. That child didn't leave. And if that child has been damaged by emotional incest, by a parent, that damage can continue on the rest of that person's life. And this is a very difficult situation to deal with. First of all, to get the victim to realize that this is something that has programmed their child, and we are all children growing up. We just learn how to be adults. We learn how to be parents, and but in reality, we are children who are just have learned something else. But we can't take away the fact that we are children. Now, the thinking that we have grasped from what we have been taught as children, this is who we are. And this is how most of us will stay the rest of our lives. And in the situation where it becomes a severe problem, like I had sought out women for relationships in my adult life that were similar to my mother, because in my mind, what a woman was what my mother was. So I would just unconsciously bring myself to women who are narcissistic, and there's all the damage again. And it continues until there is an awakening. And I did wake up, and thank God I did, because I'd still be in the mess I was in. And for a lot of us too, who have just woken up. This is something else we have to be considerate of. Has there been family incest from your childhood where you were taken as either a substitute husband or daughter by the parent. And this is one thing I can't go on to right now about dealing with, but I'll bring this up on a later video. And anyways, that's all I wanted to talk about today. And I thank you guys for subscribing, for those that you have had subscribed, and like and share, and I'll speak to you on the next video. And thanks guys for listening. Bye for now.